Hello friends, and welcome back to another midweek episode of the Urban Homesteading channel. If today is the first time you're visiting with us, we want to extend to you a very warm welcome and invite you to watch any of our over 550 videos that we have arranged for your convenience in playlists, as we are confident you're going to find something both useful and entertaining to watch. If you have been here before, welcome back. If today is your birthday, we want to wish you a very happy birthday. Today we have another very interesting and exciting first look, first impression video for you. And for today's episode, we're going to look at an electronic piece of device that has generated a lot of interest over the last few weeks, and that will be the new Apple M1 Silicon, specifically in the M1 Mac Mini that we purchased very recently. We've used for a couple of weeks, and we want to tell you our impressions of that project and a couple of additions we did to it to make it an even more useful tool. So stick around and we're going to give you our opinion. For a point of reference, I use Windows machines. I've used Windows 10 machines recently, and I use Chromebooks, and I use Linux machines in addition to Macs. So I have no preference of one device over another. I'm strictly going to look at talk to you today about the utility of the machine, the performance of the machine, and our first impression. This is not a sponsored video, by the way, right? We paid that for that machine ourselves, and the opinion we have is totally ours. Alright, and here is our Mac Mini. As you can see, it's a very simple design, very classic. It is all an aluminum piece, and there is not much to it. You see there is only one single light up front that indicates that the machine is on. And we have purchased an expansion port, which also includes a place to insert an SSD, and we have done that. But we're going to review this at a later episode. Now we're going to stick on the M1 itself. And in the back, we have the power button, an Ethernet connection, a wired Ethernet connection, which is a gigabit connection, two USB-C ports, and 3 USB 3.0 and USB 2.0 ports. So it has a reasonable complement of ports. There is nothing else on the device, that's all that comes with it. So it is very simple and understated. Now a lot of excitement has been around this machine, specifically how fast it is. And I can say that it is very fast. We replaced our own iMac, a 27 i5 iMac with it, and this is by far much faster, right? We use it primarily, these days I use it for editing, and I will show you how fast Final Cut Pro installs on this machine. As you can see, we don't have it here. Final Cut is not here on the application list. So we're going to just open it, and you're going to see the performance of the machine. Ready, Ms. Wizard?
Mm-hmm.
And there is a Final Cut Pro. Ready?
Yep.
And as you can see, it immediately put it here on the ribbon, and it's already opening. And here we're ready to work, right? Kind of impressively fast, I have to admit. And if you probably noticed, there was not a point that we saw the Apple circle, is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
And equally fast, you're going to see how fast it will close. Go to quit, and we are back to our desktop. So compared to our Intel i5, that is very fast, but what impressed us the most is that our average video is about 30 minutes. And on the i5, the best we've done is about an hour to render the video. Is that correct, ma'am?
I would say at least, and sometimes much, much longer.
Our last video for the channel, we actually used the Mac Mini, and it took an amazing 3.5 minutes for a 30-minute video render. I wouldn't say that this is an absolute speed demon, but this is an amazing performance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we only had it for a couple of weeks. I'm not going to say that we have any great, insights on it, but so far, everything we see about this little machine is very, very impressive.
Yep.
It is fast. I like that it is so small. It's kind of very, very convenient. You can put it anywhere. And actually, Amazon sells a bracket that you can put it in the back of your monitor. This comes only as the computer, nothing else. You need to provide the keyboard, the mouse, and the monitor, right? It doesn't come anything with it other than the computer and the power cord when it arrives. We chose to go with the highest number of RAM that Apple provides, which at this moment is 16. And when I was making the comparison, I should note that our i7 iMac has 32 gigs of RAM. So this only has 16. But because of the Apple tax, how expensive a hard drive will be, and they only provide up to 1 terabyte hard drive, where we can go to 2 or 3 on this, right? We purchased, as we said earlier, that's why it looked funny, I didn't put it correctly. We purchased this expansion port that is specifically made for the Mac Mini, and in addition to give us extra ports and SSD cards, it also has inside the ability of putting an SSD, and I bought a Crucial SSD, and both the port and the SSD were about a fifth of the cost of going from 225 to 500 gigabyte drive from Apple. So we chose not to go that route. We save a lot of money in the process. We actually have much more memory than we had otherwise. And more ports.
Right.
So when it is all said and done, I'm very pleased with this computer. I purchased it, as I said, a couple of weeks ago, and I've used it daily since I purchased it with absolutely no problems, and in fact some very pleasant surprises. It has an internal speaker that I didn't expect, but the quality is a little tingy, but at least it has a speaker that you can listen to, right? For getting good quality, you probably have to put a good pair of speakers on this machine. It can support natively 2 monitors, you don't have to do anything else. One HDMI and the other a Thunderbolt connection, but you connect them and they go, no problem at all. There is nothing else that you need to do, which I think is an amazing for a machine this size. And also it can support 4K video resolution, something we don't have anywhere in our machines. This is the monitor we use right now is a 1080p, so it's a full high definition, but it is not a 4K. And I don't know, we will probably purchase another monitor, but I'm not sure if we're going to spend the money to go to a 4K or not. We haven't discussed that, so you know. If there's anything I don't like about this computer, really it isn't. It does not have a disk drive attached to it, but most computers these days do not, especially small form computers. It is definitely very easy to pick up and take places, right? You don't. It is not a laptop, but it is, I would call it a portable computer. And if you buy the bracket and put it behind the monitor, it virtually becomes an all-in-one. And here the fact that it doesn't have an external drive becomes a positive, because there is nothing you need from the front. Everything is accessible. In any case, we'll give it a thumbs up. Any impressions you have, Miss Wizard?
It's pretty.
It's pretty, yes. Well, like all Apple products, I mean, my laptops...
Well, I enjoy the lack of frustration at the length of time it takes to do the work. So I'm enjoying that very much.
Yes, we have, as our videos became a little more complex and a little longer, we have had a lot of difficulties of how long it took to process our video, right? To edit and process. And so far this has been fantastic. Now it can actually render 4K video on Final Cut Pro, but I don't have a 4K monitor, and I don't think most people will see any difference. Most people don't have 4K capabilities anyway in YouTube. So we're not going for now to use the 4K capabilities, but that's something I would like in the future to explore and see if people will notice the difference. So thumbs up for me. Is it a thumbs up for you?
So far, so good.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this short episode. If you did, we would like you a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed, we'll ask you to subscribe, share and like, and let us know what you would like to see in future episodes, not only in First Looks, but also in our build episodes for the weekend. From Dr. Wizard, Mrs. Wizard, and the Urban Homesteading Channel, stay safe, wash your hands, and we're going to see you on the weekend with another build. Stay safe, friends.